Hey. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Radiant Woman podcast. So, I'm so excited today to have one of my amazing clients, Cristal, here from coming in from Michigan, right? All the way over in the States. So, welcome to the Radiant Woman podcast, Cristal. Great to have you here. Oh, you're on mute. Oh.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So good. So Cristal, you signed up to work with me nearly a year ago now. So I think we're at 10 months. You signed up in October last year. And yeah, you've just grown so much and you've been doing so well lately. So for everyone listening, Chrissy's in our embodied leadership program. So that's run by both myself and Steve. And Steve's been like, oh my God, Crystal's just like smashing it. Like she's just doing so well. And I was like, I know. And I mean, you look almost like a different person. You just look so vibrant and alive. And so, what a perfect time to bring you on the podcast and talk about your journey.
Yes.
Um, so I would love to know, just to start off with, what called you to do this work? Like, why did you
So,
really start this work with me?
so when I knew I actually went to school for to be like a therapist and that kind of stuff. And I've talked to therapists before, and I just felt like whatever I was going through, they didn't really, they just were talking to me. They weren't understanding how I was feeling.
Hmm.
Like they, so it's I could talk to them all they want, but it wasn't changing how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And so when I went to a retreat in Jess Wise's retreat in the Blue Mountains in Canada, and you did the a little bit of work with us there, and obviously no one volunteered, so I volunteered, and then I got put on the spot, and I did a little one-on-one session with you, kind of like that, and I really liked how you like like tuned me into where I was feeling it in my body. So it just that's what I had been looking for, as someone to help me fix what I was feeling in here
Yeah.
to out to so then then you offered this killer deal, and I was like, okay, that was just a sign I can't pass this up. So I signed up because there was, I think you only gave three, you gave limited spots for the deal, and so I made sure I signed up right away. And
I'm good at coaching and I'm good at business.
yeah, and I just
Yeah.
signed up right away, and then I started in October, and I've attend the weekly meetings. Sometimes I miss them because of the time difference gets a little crazy for me, but
But you've been
I try.
extremely committed.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. This week was a little hard because I have a brand new friend that traveled to meet me in from Colorado, and she's here with me today. So that's been
Yes.
fun.
I really love what you shared there around, that you had, because obviously you had a traumatic childhood, you went through a lot, and so you were kind of looking for, what I hear is you started seeking a solution to all the big feelings you were feeling at quite a young age, like even in uni or in college. Um, but realized talk therapy wasn't really quite cutting it, which is also what I found. Like I started doing talk therapy when I was 19. And yeah, and then finding this work and being like, oh, this is actually it's embodiment and dropping into the body and it's actually shifting how I feel. So I really love that. And also what you shared around that's what I was looking for. That's exactly how I felt too. It was like I felt like I was looking for like 10 years. And when I finally found the thing that actually fucking not just healed my trauma, but like expanded me and like showed me what was possible for my life beyond everything I'd been through. It was like so satisfying, as my son would say. It was like, yes, this is it. Like it's like the longer we look for it, it's like the sweeter it is when we find it, right? It's like, yes,
Yeah.
so good. All right, I love
It's
that.
just been such an amazing way to like process it better than just like talking about it. Cause like you can talk about it all you want, but you got to process it. And I didn't know how to process it. And that's what I really have loved through all of this. So,
100%. It's like one of my mentors, I remember she said, thinking isn't processing, feeling is processing, right? Because we all know it's like what happens when we try to figure it out in the mind. We just loop, 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 loop in the thought over and over again until we actually drop into the body and feel it and then it shifts. So, absolutely. So, all right. Well, I'd love to know. I mean, I was going to ask why me? Like, why did you choose me as opposed to working with another coach who does somatic work?
um, to be honest, I've never met a coach that did somatic work until I met you. And I was like, all right, this is a sign from the universe. Like I am not gonna let this lady go. And yeah. And I had really loved your energy too from when I was in San Diego, when you were on stage at the Sales Mastery.
Yeah.
That's when I first, like, I didn't meet you there, but that's when I was like kind of first introduced to you there. And then when Jess said that you were going to be at our retreat, I was like super excited about it. So,
Ah, that's right. Which is also where I first had contact with Jess. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Love that. So, all right. Well, I'd love to know, like, looking back over the last 10 months, what's been your biggest, I don't know what's going on with my camera. What has been your biggest breakthroughs or yeah, like biggest breakthroughs, shifts, ahas? What the Okay, I hope people just listen. If you're listening, my camera's going crazy. Let's just ignore that, focus on Crystal. My camera's like, oh my
Biggest
God,
thing.
this conversation is so good. I'm freaking out.
No, it's just funny because I know how much it drives you nuts, and it's just like, ooh.
I swear to God.
So,
Over to
but
you.
biggest breakthroughs is I'm actually holding a lot of boundaries. Where I before I started working with you, like I was the I'm like that mom or that person in the household that comes home and there's dishes piled up because not a lot of people are helping. And so I just take it upon myself to do it or like that kind of stuff. And now I'm very firm about like I call it closing the loop. Like I am not, this is not the Holiday Inn. I am not your maid. I will not pick up after you. You guys are all old enough now to where I need to start focusing more on me and I need your guys' help to take care of this area. And so I've been holding very strong boundaries with that and
Mm,
just like yeah, setting a lot more boundaries. Trying I am um not self-criticizing as much because
mm.
before when I when I started before I started working with you, I mean I still do it, but I would always let people tell me like almost like gaslight me, belittle me or like argue with me and then I would just take it and I because I didn't want to fight with them and um and then I would go and argue with myself and have an argument with myself about what they said and like a back and forth type of thing. So I'd
Mhm.
self criticize myself and then I'd be over it and it'd go on to the next day and nothing would ever be said about it again. So I've stopped doing that a lot where I actually am holding more to, again, more boundaries and I'm standing firm in my truth and I'm expressing myself more. Even though I still feel the anxious thing like
Yeah.
what's going to happen to me if I say something
Yeah.
but I am expressing myself more and I am holding my foot down into my truth. And
Yeah.
um, I don't know, it's I'm also in like perimenopause, so I don't know if it's like I just don't give a fuck anymore or what it is, but like I just
Yeah. And I would love to know like within so in doing that, like the boundaries and expression and speaking your truth, what difference has that made in like in your life, in in relationships, in business? I mean, I know you mentioned like money's been flowing in your like in your cleaning business.
yeah.
Um,
So now so because of you, like I actually try to make sure I have like I'm still pretty bad at it, I won't lie, because I'm a workaholic. I love to work, and like one of my love languages is acts of service, and I clean houses for like moms who need help and that are overwhelmed, and like I understand that. So like I still try to make sure I have the goddess day, and I try to like get a pedicure, or I'll get a massage, or I'll try and go like just buy myself some clothes, because I never used to do that kind of stuff for myself. I always was it was either for my son, for my boyfriend's daughter, or for my boyfriend. I never spent money on myself. And then part of the reason why I was getting so before I got into this work, I was getting really down on myself because I felt like I wasn't loved or appreciated, or a
mm,
lot of things at home, because everything I would do for the other people, it just felt like it was
it
no
wasn't
one ever thought about me.
reciprocated.
Yeah, it wasn't reciprocated. No one ever thought about me. And um, so now I very much am standing in that type of truth and like telling them, like, look, like you guys get to do these kind of things. You should not give me a hard time because I want to do these things. This is for me, that's for you. I've done everything I could for you, but now it's my turn. It's my turn in life, and that's how I look at it. I've lived my chaotic life, and now it's just time to live my life for me. And so since I've been doing that, like money's flowing and in my cleaning business, and um working on it in my online business, and I really just love like the communities have been helping with that too, like a lot. I didn't have a lot of friends before I joined this, so that's been like a big thing. Like I feel like I actually have people who I can talk to about things, that understand what's going on and understand, like who have the same drive that I do. It's hard to
Mm.
not find people that don't have the same kind of drive, you know?
You mean in the like embodied leadership community or in
And yeah, in the body leadership community,
yeah,
or like in just like the online space in general. Like,
sure, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I love that so much. And I, and something important here, there's a difference between I'm a workaholic and I love to work. I love to work
right,
is great. Like me too. I'm here for it. I love what I do. If you say I'm a workaholic, then you're forever going to be addicted to work. But
right.
yeah, but what I love that because that's identity, right? But what I hear is like, okay, you love to work. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just that before it was like you're working a lot, but then there's no self-love, self-care, self-nourishment. So it's like now you still love to work and you're bringing in that nourishment. And it's
Mhm,
almost like you were doing a lot for everyone else, but then you weren't feeling appreciated or like people weren't thinking about you. But now you're doing that for yourself and starting there because it's got to
mhm,
start with you, yeah, you really giving that to you and being open to receiving that. So awesome. I That's really powerful because it's such a common thing with so many of the women that I work with is like the patterns of self-abandonment, right? And it's
mhm,
moving, and especially women who love helping others. That's you, that's me, that's pretty much everyone that I work with. It's this journey of I can love helping people, right? But let's move from abandoning my needs in the process and move into I can honor myself and I can help people. And actually, the more that I honor myself, the more that I can give to others.
right.
Um, Yeah.
And a lot of it mine too with like working with too with like you say like abandonment and it mine was like safety and security too. Like I
Yeah.
just felt like I was losing a lot of my safety and security and that working with you has helped with that too.
As in the safety and security you feel within yourself, or
Just within like my life because like before like my like I think I've told you this before like I would get into arguments with my significant other and sometimes he would like just be like okay well then you can just leave or like that kind of stuff and I'm like okay well where do I have to go so it's like that kind of safety and security like if I spoke what's gonna am I gonna lose my home am I gonna lose this and so,
yeah.
but now that I've been holding more of my truth and setting my boundaries and stuff like that, that's been help. That's significantly gotten
Mm.
better too.
Mm. I love that you share that because it's what I hear in that. So the fact that you share like I still feel a bit of that anxiety and fear, but I express it now anyway. So it's not that that's magically disappeared, that those fears, but you have enough safety within yourself to go, I'm going to be courageous enough to speak the truth, to express what I need, to set a boundary and trust that I will be okay, even if it's scary. And
Yep.
yeah, and that's powerful. And it's so powerful, like moving from the self-abandonment to the self-honoring. I mean, because that's been my huge journey too. And and I can remember like this is the energetics and embodiment, right? Even if we link this into business and money, is like, I remember in March this year, I had a very scary conversation with actually my best friend, where I expressed some things and how I'd felt let down and hurt. And I was literally it was so scary. And I was like, oh my God, is she still gonna love me? Like, is she still gonna want to be my best friend if I express this? And at the same time, I know that if I don't express this, it's gonna negatively impact our friendship anyway. So fuck, I need to just express this. And because whatever we're avoiding, we end up creating, right? And then it was
Mhm.
literally like, I think 3 or 4 days later, um, we had like a $40,000 weekend. And it was just
Mhm.
like that kind of came out of the blue. It was just like a client who had worked with me a year ago was just like, hey, me and my partner want to do some one-on-one. I was like, cool, let's do it.
Right.
So, so yes, love, love, love this. So okay, are there any other kind of tangible or intangible results that you want to share about what you've noticed in doing this work over the last 10 months?
Um, doing this work, it's not only helped me, but it's helped my relationship with others. Like, like if like one of the times I was working with you and Steve, we were talking about how people find me a little aggressive when I talk and
Yeah.
uh and we were talking about how it's like more passion so like now I just like try to tell people like look I'm not trying to be aggressive I'm just a little spicy and it just comes out like maybe you feel like I'm yelling but I'm not yelling like it's just I'm just a little spicy so it's just like
I'm just direct. I don't beat around the bush. Yeah.
right. And like I'm so like I've been like to I have to like explain myself. I'd explain myself a little bit, but that's been helping people understand my voice a little bit better, I guess, too. So
I love that. And it's so that improves relationships.
yeah, that's improved like some people because then
Yeah.
they're like they understand more like I talk fast. I talk like a million miles an hour, like as it is, and I have a lot of energy. So like when I get like upset about something, I feel it on my inside, and when I feel it on my inside, it comes out like projects. Like I'm like sometimes like mad or angry, and I'm not mad, but it's like I talk so fast that it's like people can't tell, and I'm just like
Yeah. And
but yeah.
what I hear in that too is it's just it's funny because so like obviously it's been a wild year because you signed up for the Rich and Radiant Mastermind, which then evolved into embodied leadership. And then you signed up for some one-on-one like a month ago, and you're coming to the Radiant Women Retreat in October in Queenstown. But I was talking to Deb, another one of our clients who's coming to the retreat in Queenstown also, and I told her you're coming. And she was like, "Oh yeah." I was sitting there on that call when Crystal was like, "Oh, some people say that I'm like aggressive." And she's like, "Nah, she just tells it how it is. She just fucking calls a spade a spade." And I love that because she's exactly the same.
Yeah.
And so it's like I think it's just so nothing beats just being in spaces where people just get us, where like we can be in a space, for example, for you, where people are like, oh, you're like intense or like aggressive or whatever. But then you come into spaces like this where people where for me, I'm like, thank you for just being direct and just saying the truth straight. You know, that just saved us 10 minutes of our lives. Like
Right.
not having to let me like, oh, and this.
Like,
People that
stop beating around the bush.
exactly. And it's like people that actually appreciate like where people have shamed us for things in the past or not liked it. And then we come into a space where people appreciate it. And it just feels so fucking good to feel like we belong and where people really get us. And I think yeah, I mean, I know for me that's been one of the best things of getting into whether it be masterminds, retreats, one-on-ones, any of these things. It's like where I've met all my friends. Um,
And and I
yeah.
just like this. I like love that everybody I talk to in the embodiment leadership, they use the word fuck all the time because that's what I do. And not a lot of people around here, it's like, oh, that's bad. That's bad. I'm like, and I have to watch where I say it
Uh,
sometimes. So I just love how it's so free flowing. It just feels so natural with everybody too. So it
fuck
just
is
is
the
like,
best word in the English language.
it's like my people.
Like, what other word in the English language has like 50 different meanings, you know? It's like,
Right.
yes. Yeah, so good. Well, yeah, there's so much we could talk about, but is there anything else that you kind of want to share or maybe what would you say to someone who's been, let's say someone who's been stalking me a little bit, or it is like kind of thinking about like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Maybe I'll wait until this happens, or like what would you say to that person?
There's always going to be like the what if this is going to happen, but changing how you're feeling and trying to control it more and like understand it more, can't put that off because the sooner you do that, it's just the better you'll understand yourself, the better then you'll people will start to understand you. You'll start to understand other people,
Mm.
and it's just kind of a universe like a ripple effect that then the universe starts rewarding you for once you start taking care of yourself. So like I I always say like with everything else, I wish I would have found you sooner or I found this sooner, but everything comes at the perfect timing. But if you can start like as soon as you can, I'd start as soon as you can because it's worth it. But you have to be willing to be comfortable with the uncomfortable because you will get uncomfortable. So,
Right. It's like, it's like sometimes when I've been at events and people will like avoid me and run away from me because they're like, you can see into my soul and I don't like it. Whereas for me, I was like, bitch, I spent 10 years fucking looking for someone who could see into my soul. Like, what are you talking? I love that. I'm living for that. Yeah, yeah. I,
you ask the questions to understand and like people they're like no don't ask me questions I don't want to answer I'm like no I like when people ask me questions to understand because then it keeps conversation flowing and like I feel like a lot of people don't know how to have conversations anymore and they get put off by it too so but I love it Like I love it. Like when you introduced me to Koya, I've never done Koya before, and that's been a whole thing. Or like yelling into my pillow, I do that a lot. And now my boyfriend comes in and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, just leave me alone, you know? So,
That's so funny. But what, okay, maybe this is the last thing we'll touch on, that is just like, because I feel like that was a big shift for you around when we were talking about a few sessions ago around the like the self-criticism pattern and how it was such a deeply ingrained pattern or strategy that you'd been running for most of your life. Um, and then we linked it into this internalized anger,
mhm.
right? So it's like you were carrying a lot of anger, but then because there wasn't a healthy expression of it, it was being internalized in the form of self-criticism. Um, so
And then
like,
when I talk, people think I'm aggressive.
yeah, and but that's also a great point because it's like it's I love it. I love people who are just very direct and will just call a spade a spade. Like my husband's like that. A lot of my clients are like that. And like I really appreciate that because I'm like, fuck, let's save a bit of time here. And I think as well it can be such a thing like where we're all walking around trying to, it's like everyone's got their wounds, and then most people are protecting their wounds with their ego. But then not only that, we're trying to, it's like I'll be trying, if we're normal people, let's say, I'll be trying to protect you from feeling your uncomfortable feelings by just sugarcoating everything and not just giving it to you direct, right? And it's so like almost like we're walking on eggshells and we don't want to upset people. And it's like, for fuck's sake, let's just speak the truth, and just that's so much more productive, and we can actually move in a positive direction, not just individually but as a collective, when we're all just
Mhm.
telling the truth, because truth is where transformation happens. But with the, so it's very healthy to be direct, but then of course if we're holding a lot of anger in our body and in our system, consciously or unconsciously, then that's like the term passive aggressive, right? That can unconsciously be kind of seeping out into your interactions with people without you even noticing it, which
Mhm.
is which it could be that some of those people are just like oversensitive, and you're triggering their wounds, and they're like, man, I don't like it. You need to change what you're doing because I don't want to feel this feeling. Um,
Yeah.
but it could totally also be a bit of that in the past, that unconscious anger kind of seeping into the interaction and what you're saying. So
Mhm.
yeah, because it's like there is anger. Anger is healthy, but then there's assertion and aggression. And obviously, aggression isn't really productive, but assertiveness, that's really powerful. It's just being direct, setting boundaries, saying what's true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Before I was aggressive, now I'm more assertive. Like, and I used to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
assertive, but
Yeah.
then there's just so much that happened that I was like, it was like lost in there for a little bit. And you just kind of helped me refine who I am again. Like, so,
Beautiful. Yeah, so it's like keeping who you are, going from aggressive to assertive. Because that's uh, all right. I'll say one more thing. I think something that's really interesting is it's like don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What I've seen is like a lot of women, they'll come in and do this work, and let's say, for example, they've been operating in their masculine for their whole most of their lives. So it's just very think, do, do, do. Then they're attracted to my work often because they're like, well, I want to be, radiant woman. It's very feminine. They want to come more into their feminine energy. And so when they first come in and start doing this work, it's almost like they just throw out the masculine energy, which is like the action and the directness and the focus. And they're like, well, I'm just going to swing to the opposite extreme of being just super feminine. And it's like, no, you don't need to completely throw out an aspect of yourself. We just need to let go of, because every aspect of self has healthy, unhealthy. Like you gave the example of aggressive and assertive, right? So it's like we don't need to completely throw the whole friggin' thing out. We just want to let go of the unhealthy dynamics in it and refine and keep the healthy, yeah, the healthy dynamics. So, yeah, thank you for bringing that up and mentioning that because I think that's
I mean,
powerful.
sometimes old habits are hard to die, and I do still get a little aggressive, but I'm better. I'm much better in being more assertive than aggressive. Usually the aggression comes out after the assertive doesn't work after a few times. Then I get a little aggressive. But
Yes, but that can also just be setting the boundary, right? Because it's like
yeah.
if you go like, "Hey, this isn't okay," and someone keeps pushing against that boundary, that's the function and role of anger, is to go, "No, motherfucker, this is the boundary." Like,
Oh, I did that with my Nona this past weekend, and she still hasn't talked to me. So and I've never set a boundary with her like that. So that was like that was like a big one for me. Like setting a boundary with my nonna, it means grandmother in
yeah,
Italian. And because she is a spicy woman. She is a spicy woman.
yeah.
Like, but yeah, so she no, I like she wanted me to make copies of this book she has. It's like a special recipe book and of all her handwritten recipes. And I was like, okay, I'll take it and make a copy of it. And then all of a sudden she realized it was Friday. And I guess like her mom always told her you never travel or do anything on Tuesdays or Fridays. So all of a sudden I'm like leaving and she starts telling me I'm going to get caught on fire. My dogs are going to eat it. I'm going to get in a car crash. I'm like, I don't want this bad juju on me. Here, take the book. And I was like, I love you, goodbye. Like, and she was like being mean about it. So I was like, I'm not, bye. And I just laughed. Like, I left, not giving her a hug, and I just like laughed. I was like, I am not having any of that bad nothing on me. I was like, oh my God.
Is that like Italian superstition or what's what is
I
that?
don't know. But she just like was like, I was it like it should turn into Friday. You don't do anything on Tuesdays or Fridays. And then all of a sudden I was gonna the dogs were gonna eat it and I was gonna get set on fire and all this bad stuff. I was like, why are you so scared? It's just like, do you want something bad to happen to me? Like just chill out. Like or
Oh,
yeah.
Nona. I feel like I'd love to meet you, Nona. She sounds like a character.
She's so much fun. Everybody loves her. Like, and she will tell that. I think that's where I get it from. My spade is spade. Is she'll tell you how it is. We go to a restaurant. There's a water spot in the glass. She'll be like, "I need a new glass. This is not clean." Like,
Yeah,
or like,
love it.
she'll be like, "How's your food?" She'll be like, "Disgusting." Like, she just is like,
God,
like,
I love it. It
yeah.
sounds like a real character.
Mhm.
Well, celebrating you for setting the boundary and not taking on the superstitions that you didn't want to take on.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Nona will talk to you again.
She will. She'll calm down after a week.
Yeah,
She's stubborn.
yeah, yeah. Ah, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Crystal, and yeah, just sharing your journey and was so good. And I'll speak to you very soon. Thank you
Yeah.
everyone for tuning in and please share any takeaways or comments in the Telegram community. You can share it in your stories. I always love that and give surprise prizes to people. So share away, tag me and Crystal, and see you all soon. Bye.